Hi everyone, this is Russell Lowe speaking, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a custom texture in SketchUp. So I'll hit the R key to create a rectangle and P to push and pull, so we've got a object or some kind of rectilinear shape to paste our texture onto. And to open up the texture dialog, we can hit the paint bucket tool here, which just goes and opens up the materials tab over here. So opening that up, we can see it's set to brick and siding. Let's have a look at some colors. If I actually hit spacebar, triple click the object, I can apply this red to everything you see all the way around. I can hit spacebar to cancel that, click away from it, maybe click that surface and control click that surface, and let's see about green. So we've got some spacebar there, complementary colors going on. Slightly, oh, that's a horrible green. Let's try this sort of baby blue just to apply it to that one. So now hitting spacebar deselects. Now we've got a volume with multiple colors on different surfaces. Let's go back to those materials that have directionality. All of the colors are homogeneous, so it doesn't really matter which way you apply them or which direction they are. They don't have any grain, if you like. So if we look at the brick and the cladding, say I select this brick, you can see that it does actually need to go in a particular direction. And in fact, these are concrete blocks and they look a little strange because they're not usually square like this. Usually they're rectangles. So let's see what we can do about that. Hit the spacebar, right click on the surface, and in that menu check or look at texture and then click position. And this gives us these four ways to adjust the application of the material to the surface. This is called the UV space of the texture. I'll pin it down into this bottom corner so that'll stay there like that. I can rotate it, scale it, but you can see if I go Control Z, it actually just gets rid of it entirely. Oh, now it's made it really small. Okay, so spacebar to cancel out, right click to go texture position, and then let's do that again, snap it to that bottom corner, scale it up. Oh look, and now it's gone a little bit too skinny. So we can now move we can rotate like this, scale uniformly, but with the shear button here, we can just scale just in the Y direction or Z direction. And so we can get it either lining up the mortar line with the top, or we can scale it so that it's more reasonable. I think somewhere like that is good. And then click off anywhere outside of that texture to stop manipulating it, and you can see there we have it, concrete blocks that look sort of reasonable. They're probably still a little bit wide, but let's try something else. So we can create our own. If we come back over to the materials part here, we can create our own custom material. So I'll click on that, and you can see it's defaulting to the bricks. Use texture image, it says here. If I turn that off and then turn it on again, it'll open a dialog where I can search my computer for an image that I'd like to use. So let's go here, Flow Courses 2020. That's wrong one. So some drawings. You might have textures, or you might have photographs that you'd like to apply to the surface. But in this case, I'm going to apply the Pantheon. Go open. It's defaulting to a very small size of 0.2 of a meter. It's locked currently, so if I change this one to say 1 meter, it'll change the other one to a meter. Go OK, and now I've got a custom texture, and it's telling me this is one of the materials that's been used in the model. So I've got that selected. I can click that there and here, and like before, hit the spacebar to deselect, right click on the surface, texture position, make it so that maybe this one image takes up the whole end there, click off the side, and here we go. We've got a nice giant picture that this faceless man with no eyes can, what can he do? He could smell it, I guess. It's not going to do much else. Does he have ears? Yeah, drawings don't really make much sound either. So let's try one more time. Click on the create material, turn that off, turn it on again to start a search, and let's try this one here. Oh, see, it's because this is a rectilinear image, it's saying it's 1 meter by 0.56 of a meter. I guess that's okay. We can scale it anyway. Click on it, click on the surface there, and there you have it. Because it's quite a bit larger of an image, we can zoom right in, and it looks nice and clear. Whereas if we zoomed into the Pantheon, that was only 1024, this one, so it gets a bit blurry when you get close up. But this one, being smaller and higher res, it'll look pretty crispy even when it's large. So let's put it like that, and there we go. Yeah, not too bad even when it's pretty big. Okay, so that's a couple of different ways, or 3 different ways to interact with materials and textures in SketchUp. Lots of potential there, so hope you enjoyed these techniques and give it a go. Thanks for watching.